So we've all seen the headlines. Some people are reporting getting more photo reach and carousel reach on Instagram again. Some people are even saying they right now get more reach with carousel than they get with Reels. Talking about the ever-changing Instagram algorithm, and their CEO, our old friend Adam Mosseri, just talked about this in one of his recent Q&As. But he didn't say they restored photo reach back to the levels of 2018, because that's actually not how it works. He actually just kind of gave us a rather cryptic message saying things got more balanced, whatever that means. He says basically photos and videos are weighted now roughly the same, and somebody who's into photos will get to see more photos than just, let's say, a few months back. But what does that actually mean, right? What should you create in order to get followers right now? Photos, videos, carousels, both? And how does the algorithm really work in 2023? Because, yeah, slowly we're getting confused. Well, lucky for you, my friends, I'm constantly doing research, and I have actually plotted out the new and changed Instagram algorithm to see what actually gets views and what gets you followers. And the answer is kind of surprising. Let me explain. So basically, I've mapped out the home feed for different sorts of accounts. Actually, I'm doing this constantly all the time just to check it out. I wish I could show you my research rack, but they'd ban me if I did. But seeing as most people scroll through their home feeds at first when opening Instagram, according to a poll I made, by the way, and of course, I have taken a lot of different sorts, styles of accounts, if you will, into consideration, right? Some people are more interested in photos. Some people are more interested in Reels, right? Some people are more interested in educational type of content. Mapped it out broadly to see basically, yeah, what's getting shown right now, what's actually working right now. And also, I've taken a look at a few accounts that were basically brand new, following almost nobody, or actually nobody. So basically take a look at the clean slate algorithm. That was actually the first interesting thing to me, because a fresh account, right, that doesn't follow anybody, that only gets suggested posts in their home feed, can sort of give us some insights into what Instagram sees as the baseline, I guess, right? We never know, because Instagram's doing a lot of tests, but so do we. And if we take a look at right there, this being the data of an account that's basically fresh with only suggested posts, so disregard this over there. First interesting thing is not a lot of ads, right? Every, I don't know, 40 posts is one ad or something like this. In fact, out of the first 100 posts in their feed, there was only 3 ads. Kind of interesting if you ask me, but, and that's even way more interesting, we have 44 single images and 52 carousels out of the first 100 posts, if we map this out. Pretty interesting if you ask me, and it seems like Instagram sort of understood that lots of people do come for Instagram for the pictures and for the carousels, or because they saw on TikTok carousels are still booming right now. Of course, right, there's the Reels feed, you know, which I think is what people slowly start to prefer anyway when trying to find new video content, Reels content, short form content. But nonetheless, I actually did not expect this at all. With that being said, let's take a look at some regular accounts, if you will, right? That follow different people with different interests to see what kind of content actually gets recommended across the board, so that we can sort of implement this into our own content strategy later down the line. And again, first of all, it seems like Mosseri did not lie to us at all. Because first of all, here's an example of an account that was roughly interested in photos, but also Reels, basically everything, right? So basically the average person. And taking a look at their feed, we got quite a lot of photos and carousel posts, right, in their feeds. In fact, if we just take a look at carousels and photo posts from people they follow, they make up right over 50% of the whole home feed. No Reels. There's not a single reel. So already right off the bat, less than 50% reels in the home feed. Did you expect that? Like, let's be honest, I didn't even expect that. Now, the other very interesting thing, if we take a look at, here's the suggested posts and carousels taken together and reels, right, from people they did not follow. They were exactly, the number was sort of exactly the same as reels of people they did not follow, at about 15% each. So this one account, which is something we've seen across the board, gets roughly the same amount of reels of people they follow as they get new reels of people they don't follow, right? So there's no bias towards new reels of people they don't follow versus reels of people they follow. And if we combine the single image posts of people they follow as well as single image posts of people they don't follow, we get roughly 38% of the whole home feed consisting of single image posts. Now, here's the thing. Of course, our old friend Maziri said they balance it out. And if you prefer more reels, of course, you'll get more reels. And yeah, we've noticed another different feed type, right, across the board with sort of different sorts of interests, which is kind of similar to the one above, yet it's pretty different. Here's the feed of somebody who prefers reels, right, but mostly in the reels tab, like most people now, I guess. Let me know how you prefer reels. But first of all, we see there's reels of people they follow, as we can see here in this column. There were some suggested reels initially, right, people they don't follow, but that's about it. The only reels that got recommended in the home feed, except for these two, were reels of people they followed of the first 100 posts they saw upon opening the app. And if we map this whole thing out, reels of people they followed and single image posts of people they followed were roughly the same. And carousels, again, were the clear winner. Of course, right? We're talking about the home feed right now, not the explore page and not the reels feed, of course. But to be honest, especially in the explore page, kind of the same thing there, right? Explore page, if we take a look at it, heavily dominated by carousels and single image posts. And the reels that did show up on the explore page were all, let's say, top 5% in terms of engagement and quality. So really the top performers of similar posts. So what does that teach us about creating our own content, right? Because people are going to be like, oh, Dominic, it's so boring. I don't know what to do with this. Ugh. And then they keep watching this other dude who just scams all the people left and right. Shots fired. Let me know who you think I'm talking about. Not mentioning any names yet. But the big takeaway, in my opinion, of this whole thing is, of the whole new algorithm is, don't forget about carousels and especially photos. We can clearly see that single image posts and carousel posts are getting a lot of reach in the home feed, right? So mostly of people that you follow. Of course, there's a lot more insights that I got, like, for example, a lot of pictures and carousels that are in the explore page and the home feed recommendations. They're just objectively good, right? They're just better than similar posts in that sphere. They also tend to cater to a very specific audience, right? Very clear audience. Just a small ping to my mentorship students right here. Do not forget your homework, because yeah, that's actually the key to getting recommended, understanding these things. And there's actually one more thing I've not spoken about in this video, and most creators who got their content recommended, right, in this test as well, were following at least one of these two things. And the important thing is, you can also implement them for your carousels and single image posts. So watch this video next to really get ahead of the other boring creators in your niche. There's probably a lot of them.